Okay, today we planted in here big boy beans, and there's just these over here. There's 16 pots there that we've planted them in, and we're planning on putting these out in the big greenhouse as soon as they sprout, which should take a few days. You know, sometimes things just don't work out. If you recall, these were where I planted a lot of the big boy peas, and they have had enough time to germinate, but they're not germinating. But let's see, look at this, what's happening. Here's one of the seeds. Let's see if we can get it out of there. Well, you can see it's just a mush. There it is. See, it's just mush. So it just rotted away. Here's another one right down here. See that? Dig that one up, and again, it just rotted away. Now, yep. Now, I don't know why that happened, but it does. Here's another one. What's really puzzling to me is that when I planted the other beans in here, the peas, I mean, the shelling peas they were called, they readily sprouted. But these all rotted. Not one of these came up. Now, you can think, well, it's too cold in here, but see, there's the temperature. It's not cold in here. It's too wet, perhaps. Maybe these don't like being in this wet of an environment. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know, but we'll try this again. And see, here's some of these over here. They're not coming up either. So sometimes you just fail, and sometimes it's hard to figure out why. Okay, we're going to try to grow some peas again today. So what I've done is I've taken, if you remember, I've taken this there's some peas in here that are sprouting and some other things that are sprouting. I think a couple of these might be, but the rest of them I think it's kind of hopeless. But taking that out of there, and I've replaced it with this one. And what I've done here is these are those peat pots that I've gotten the bottom of them wet because I've soaked them in a little tray like this. And what I'm going to do is try to not get them so wet. So I'm going to just use this spray bottle and just get them wet, and every day come out here and just make them moist so they're not so wet. And the hope is that maybe the reason these things didn't work last time was because they just plain old got too soggy, I guess. So we'll try to make them not so soggy and see how it goes. Okay, now these are the peas that I have planted, taken out of that germination box I was just showing you. These are probably the most recent ones. You see they're just barely sprouting, but as you can see, the rest of these are sprouting quite nicely. And this whole area right here has got a double row of plants in it, and that's where this screen is that we're going to let them climb on. And if you go over to this side, you can see that these are a little bit further along, but these also came out of the germination box in the other little chicken house over there. But so we're getting some good plants out of there. And let me show you a little update on the brassicas and things. Now I'll have to update you on which plants these are. I can't quite remember. But here's some here that these are doing quite well. I can't remember. I think those might be Brussels sprouts, but I'll label them. But you can see these are doing quite well. And here's some more that are doing quite well. You can see it looks like, see here, they're trying to form something. There might be something under there, but I won't peel it back anymore. See, there's another one here. And now we've got this. Now see here, these are doing quite well. And so they're growing quite well, and if you consider this is these are overwintered, that's not bad. Now let's go to the other side here and I'll show you some more. Over here, these are coming around. Look at that. They're looking pretty good. And there's a couple more that sprouted over there in the germination box. I'm not sure what they are, but they sprouted, so I thought, well, let's put them in here and see what they turn into. Now over here, as you can see, we've got, I'm not sure what these are, I'll label these, but look at that, how well they're doing. See that? They're coming around, and the only thing we can hope is, now they did overwinter, so the only thing I can hope is, because of the overwintering, they're planted back in November. These may just come up and go right to seed, but hopefully they won't do that. So we'll see what they do, but they look like they're growing quite well. Then over on the other side, let's go look at those. There, these are looking pretty good. Look at that. See, not bad. Not bad at all. And they look pretty healthy. And again, they're starting to form, well, they're starting to form buds, but I don't see the buds yet. And these also. These, look at these, how well they are starting to bud up, I guess, but I don't see any evidence of a bud yet, but it looks like they would be, whatever, if it's cauliflower, broccoli, whichever this is, the bud will be growing right in there. So, looking pretty good so far. One thing that concerns me is, see the way they've bent over here. I don't know how well supported these are. Now here's one that bent over, but it's straightened back up. And so we'll see how they do. But they're doing quite well. So this is very encouraging. Hopefully, I'm hoping in a month I'll have some produce I can harvest off of these. So this is coming along quite nicely. And those are those garlic plants I separated and planted out here. As you can see, they are doing quite well. They seem to like this environment. And here's even a couple of those little tiny ones that I put in that I didn't know they were gonna, if they were gonna survive or what. But there they are. And there's another one that's coming up. I don't remember putting that one in. But the rest of them are thriving. They're looking great. So things are going well.